Hey everybody, happy Monday. Ryan Mulligan here with the Mulligan Realty Group, and this is another episode of our Monday Market Update. I hope you all had a great weekend. I know it was pretty cold here in southwestern Ontario. Actually has been for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and we are actually getting a real Canadian winter. Anywhere between that -10, -12, upwards to -25. That's pretty cold for us here. I know out in the Midwest of Canada, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta. I mean, you guys are used to this. We're here in southwestern Ontario and we aren't used to it. So, but regardless, hey, I'd rather it cold, cold, cold than hover around that 0 to +5. But that's just me personally. So, um, jump into a couple things here. So, rates, as you know, dropped last week by 25 basis points, which is 0.25%. So that's the overnight rate for Bank of Canada. That affects variable mortgages and your line of credits. So those will drop, but fixed mortgages don't necessarily come down with that. They're tied to the bond market. So as you may or may not know, so not saying they won't come down, but they don't just automatically come down with the Bank of Canada rate. So yeah, interesting times to kind of see where rates go. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we're at 3% as an overnight rate for the Bank of Canada. They were targeting towards what a lot of economists thought were down to 2%. I even read an article that they were targeting down to even 1.5%. So another 1.5% drop, and that was from a bank economist. So who knows who's going to be accurate? It's all a guessing game with that right now. As you know, we are now in a tariff war with the US. So they have new leadership, and they are putting on tariffs on Canada and Mexico and obviously some other countries as well, but it affects us the most here. And we've counter tariffed. So time will tell if that's the right thing to do. I don't personally know. I know that we should really all work together, but we need to look out for Canada, and America needs to look out for America. So, but that being said, we need to work together. So what we don't have right now is good quality leadership protecting us. So I know a lot of people are looking towards an early election. I don't care if you lean left or right, that's up to you. But what we need is someone protecting us as Canadians and our economy, and helping us, the people that vote them in. So time will tell what happens with that. But we're going to be in a little bit of, the next 4, 6, 8 months, maybe even most of 2025 might be a tough year for a lot of industries, a lot of people, all depending on where this all goes. So, like I said, time will tell. Another point, the Canadian dollar is at its lowest it's been in a couple decades. Might fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I read. Regardless, it is extremely low. That goes back to our economy, our leadership. Businesses don't want to invest in Canada. People do not want to invest in Canada right now. It is just not a good investment. They're going to the US or other countries to invest their money in now and opening businesses. So again, not going to make this political, but we need strong leadership to get these businesses and investors back to Canada. So hopefully that turns around this year in 2025. Into the numbers. What I can talk about that I know is real estate. So new listings a couple weeks ago were at 205. We actually dropped a little bit this past week to 187. So that could be because it was cooler weather. People just held off listing their property until that brisk cold went away. So who knows? In the next couple weeks, we might see those listing numbers go back up, which makes sense because we're into February, which can be sometimes the kickoff to the spring market, depending on weather. Conditional sales, we were at 77 a couple weeks ago, dropped down to 66. So pretty much on par. Solds, firm sales, we were at 65 a couple weeks ago. We jumped back up to 78, which means what was on the market, people were jumping on and grabbing them before more buyers came out of the woodwork before spring market. So we've had quite a few people recently really want to jump into buying right now before the spring market comes. So a great time to list your home for sale because buyers are really looking for a great product at a fair price, obviously. Buyers know that we're not in 2021 and early 2022 where um, they were at the all-time high and bidding wars. They know that the buyers kind of um, have a little bit more, quite a bit more power than they did back then. So, and then price decreases. We went from 48 a couple weeks ago to 34. So, not too big of a difference, but less decreases. I'm not too worried about that right now. But those are the numbers, and I thank you for listening to me for the last couple minutes. If you have any questions in regards to real estate, we're happy to answer anything. You can reach out to us anytime. You have a realtor, of course, reach out to your realtor to discuss with them about the market and what they're forecasting for this year. And, we're always happy to help. So I'll let it be at that. Have a great week, everybody. Again, my name is Ryan Mulligan from the Mulligan Realty Group, and this has been another episode of our Monday Market Update. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.